Folks, if you need some new camouflage, don't look any farther than ASIO gear. They have a great line of products that covers everything you could possibly need at a very reasonable price, especially if you use that code ECHO15 that they offer all of our listeners. And if you're worried about it, the stuff got a lifetime warranty, so if something goes wrong with it, they replace it, no questions asked. Go over to ASIOgear.com and check them out. If you need some new broadheads, you got to check out Razor Broadheads. They have an awesome, dependable head that is tough as nails. I've used them for the last 3 years, and the wound channel that these broadheads leave has been really impressive to me. They're super sharp, super accurate, and they offer 20% off if you use the code BTE. So go over to razorbroadheads.com and get you some new broadheads. And then Stealth Outdoors. Hey, if you're not using stealth strips, you're not trying. Get your gear silenced with stealth strips. And then the product's not that expensive anyway, but if you use code BTE10, you get another 10% off. Now, just because it's not expensive doesn't mean it's not good quality stuff. This is the best silencing material on the market, hands down. Go over to stealthoutdoors.com. Hey, and then you got to have some saddle gear that you can use with your stealth strips. The guys over at Latitude make all kinds of great products, and right now on their website, they're offering 20% off everything. Their Method 2 saddle is actually 30% off. And then if you get over there and the sale's over or something, you're listening to this later on, use your code BTE and you go ahead and get 15% off everything. Go over to latitudeoutdoors.com if you need any saddle hunting gear. And finally, a new partner for the show, Hawke Optics. Listen, if you're in the market and you need some new optics, these guys offer a great product at an affordable price. They're also offering everybody 15% off if you use the code BTE. They got a line of everything you would need in all different price points, from rangefinders to binocular rangefinders to spotting scopes to all different types of rifle scopes and even some red dots. So go over to hawkeoptics.com and check them out. Use that code BTE, save you 15%. All my partners are in the description below. Go check them out. All right, let's get to the show. What's up, everybody?
Long time no see, everybody.
There he is.
Been in the trenches.
People were asking about you.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Yeah, I was just telling. I left a comment. Couple people were commenting about where you were, and I said, "Well, you're working a weird shift right now."
Yeah, I'm working weekends and don't have a whole lot of time right now because I'm working 10-hour shifts. So the life of having a real job again.
Yep.
No more grifting or whatever you call it, hanging out. Got a sugar mama. So
well.
Grass.
No more. You'll still cut a little grass, won't you? Are you going to be done with it, you think?
I don't see it lasting very long. This season probably my last, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, yep. I'm just tired. I thought working like 11 to what time? 9 would be easy. Get up and I could get going in the morning. Man, I'm getting old, man. I just can't. It's like I come home and I can't wind down for 2 hours, and then when I finally do get to sleep, like
it's late.
8:30 when I wake up, and then it's like, well, I got to turn around and be to work. I'm just tired, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know.
Do you eventually go off like your weird shift and go to normal, or?
No, I mean, I'll be 11 to 9. I can work 10 to 8, which might be better to hunt actually, because I can probably get home and get to bed by 10 and get up early, and get out there. But it's all good. Probably make me appreciate the time that I have in the woods better anyway,
Yeah.
This next year. I just won't have a lot of time to hunt like I'm used to.
Yeah.
I've pretty much been able to hunt at will for the last 5 years or 6 years, and now I'm having to work a schedule. So whatever.
Are you excited you made the change though?
Yeah.
Like
I'm
life
glad
in general.
Yeah. It's easy. It's not like
you're in Memphis.
Yeah, it's not like when I worked in Memphis, but it's just, man, I drive about 100 and something miles, just ride around the country. I go check my turkeys at the north end, then I go check my turkeys at the south end. Then I look on Onyx and try to find people who have property, and then try to hem them up to guilt them into letting a poor police officer hunt, That's my plan right now, to try to get some property.
I would imagine like being a police officer in like a rural small town is not real glamorous most of the time, probably, which
No,
is
there's not a
good.
lot.
I mean, that's a good
I've
thing.
seen my share. I mean, 10 years in Memphis, that was enough for me. Like, I've
Yeah.
seen everything that I could ever imagine seeing. I'm good doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It's still, you never know what could happen. I could be involved in a shooting tomorrow, but
Oh, yeah.
God forbid. But, I just try to just do what I got to do.
Yeah.
So it's all
Yeah.
right.
Well, I miss
It's all
talking to you all day.
Yeah, no, yeah, we hardly talk anymore. I'm like, "Man, what's Josh doing?" I'll just send you a photo and go, "What are you doing?"
Working.
Like, "What are you doing?" We both got new jobs because you got your new job too that you're
Yeah.
doing consulting again. So we're both back
Yeah.
to the real world.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
been
fun.
good for me though. I like it. I still have time to do everything I need to do.
Yeah, you're still putting out a bunch of content. I mean,
Mhm,
you're putting out a video or two. It seems like every week at least, and
mhm.
trying to do some kind of
Podcast.
podcast every week.
Yep,
So
it's good. It's good.
yeah.
It's a work from home position, so you know, I got I got plenty of stuff to do for it, but it's flexible.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of those like little recordings I've been doing, I would sit here and eat my lunch and think about something to say and get
Yeah.
on my editing software and say it and be done then. But
Yeah.
speaking of the YouTube channel, I haven't told you about this because I just made this decision today. I was gonna tell you
Oh,
before the show, but people were waiting on us. So I started a second YouTube channel, like a branch off of this
okay.
podcast. And it's just Josh Talker is the YouTube channel. But I just man, if you look at all the channels that have podcasts and do other things as well, they all have separate channels like the Hunting Public, 3 of 7 podcast
The
is
Hunting Public has another channel? I mean, they have a podcast channel, and then they have their hunting channel.
Yep.
Do they have another one?
No, that's it.
Okay, okay.
Everything's separate. And just from everything I've learned from YouTube and all that is it's best to separate them. Like you got for growth, you got people that want to come to a channel to listen to a podcast, and then you got people that want to go to a channel and watch a you know hunting show or hunting video.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of times, whenever you're trying to do all that stuff, and then on shorts or clips on top of that, it gets too much. And YouTube oftentimes don't like it. Like they don't end up I like the way their algorithm works is like a podcast is in a different lane than
Oh,
a
I see.
hunting channel. So
Yeah,
they get confused on who to promote your thing to, and they don't like that, and so then they don't promote anybody.
yeah, you're trying to double dip now.
No, it'll be a while before I double dip on the other one. I'd say it'll be you got to have 1,000 subscribers to
Yeah,
monetize it. So
yeah. My
um,
channel, I just have just been like, man, I've just had a lot going on in life, man. I got
yeah,
all kinds of turkey videos last year that I could put up. It's just, man, I've had so many changes going on. I hadn't put them up. I need to just send them to you and let you edit them and put them up.
yeah, maybe we'll do that. This
We need that's what we need to do because I don't know if everybody in the comments. I mean, if you'd like to see some turkey hunting stuff, you know,
yeah.
because I'm a big turkey hunter. I'm trying to get Josh more focused on it. I think
I
it'll
do.
work.
I mean, I enjoy it. I for sure been more into it this last couple of years,
Yeah,
learning more. Learning too. It's fun to learn new things, and been learning a lot with turkeys.
yeah,
Um, but anyway, that channel it's pinned in the comment section too to go over there and subscribe.
yeah. Everybody subscribe to it. Help Josh out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can do mine too, but I mean, you'll never see any new content. Yeah, maybe I ought to start videoing myself riding around the squad car, looking at turkeys in fields and sitting on them for like an hour, watching them go to roost at the night. That's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I got these turkeys kind of pinned down that I've been watching, but the landowner that gave me permission to hunt, he hasn't killed a lot of turkeys, and he's pretty new to it. He's only been doing about 8 years, and I'm gonna try to get him. I don't know if he'll listen to me and put a blind where he needs to. I'm not a blind hunter, but it's good for people who haven't killed a lot of turkeys that are just trying to
Yeah.
get their feet wet or they don't have a lot of time. He's very busy, and he was nice enough to give me permission. So I'm just kind of
Help him
watching these birds. I don't even know if I'll go hunt out there. I might go out there like in May when they're done and when the season's kind of winding down and most people don't care, and maybe try to kill a bird in May. But I kind of rather see this guy kill a bird because he was just offered his place up to me out of nowhere. Just
Yeah.
like, hey, you can hunt it whenever you want to. When we were just having a conversation, I've gotten to talk to him, and I really like the guy too. So I'd really like to see him, be able to kill a bird. He wants his wife to kill one. So I was like, well, put a blind right here and you'll kill him. I'll watch him walk there. They walk back and forth at this one spot. They like to cross it every day. So be pretty easy to do.
Yeah. I'm starting to see more turkeys around here now, getting them on cameras and whatnot. They're getting frisky.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see somebody commented about the ASIO camo. Yeah, we're going to be doing a video on that when Josh
here. Yeah.
Compare it to some other camos. THP did a really good video. Shout out to them if y'all want to go watch that on the camo. And it kind of surprised me what the results were. I didn't think the camo that performed the best would perform as good as it did. And then there's another little thing in there. We'll see if
we can talk about it.
Their hats.
Your hats make a huge difference.
Yeah, the hat was
you can kind of tell here, like it makes
it around like this when you're hunting for turkeys or deer. You blend in way better. It was like when they had their hat on with a face mask, it just shadowed.
Yeah, it just made a big black box right here.
Yeah, yeah, and it was kind of like it was.
Black's a horrible. Black's a horrible color to wear in the woods. It sticks out.
Yeah, it stuck out like really bad, and I was kind of shocked because I figured, well, it gives you shade, and some kind of shadows to your face, but it did not. Man, that was like it was almost like you had a light bulb or a flashlight pointing at a turkey. So
yeah.
And I don't know if it'd really affect deer because they're kind of looking up at you unless you're on the ground. If you're on the ground, it would. But if they're looking up at you, I don't know. But, turkeys have better vision than deer. So it might not be as big of a deal with deer. They just see blobs.
Right. And it was a good video. It was interesting for sure.
Yeah. So we're going to see how ASIO stacks up to these other camos like Bottomland and see what leafy suits, if leafy suits really look better or if they don't make a difference or if they actually look kind of odd. Because, I was watching their leafy suits and they do break up your outline, but they have their own look. They're kind of weird looking too because the netting is a lot darker than the material that is the camo pattern. So they kind of look weird too to me that when they had the leafy suits on it looked funny too. So I'd like to see what we come up with. I think everybody probably enjoy that.
Yeah. It'd be cool to do it in a tree stand too. Do that closer to deer season, like you said, and see what everything looks like in a tree stand.
Yeah, definitely. See which one looks better.
Yeah,
got some ideas. Little maybe helpful videos.
THP's been all over it again this turkey season.
Yeah, they're having a pretty good season. They always do, though, man. They go a lot of places, got a lot of time, and man, they're good hunters. So there's no short of killing turkeys. If I had that passion to turkey hunt like they do, like I did when I was younger, man, I've just gotten old. I'm like old, I'm like, I tell you what, I was thinking the other day because I got out of my hunting club that I've been in for 14 years. So I am now. I don't have any leash that I can go on whenever I want to. So I'm looking around here, but I'm going to put more time into travel hunting because I've gotten to where I really enjoy that. Whether I kill a deer or not, I really enjoy going to other states. The only one I go to is Illinois, but I would like to go to other states and learn a new ground and just kind of figuring those states out. And then you're on a trip too. So it's kind of, to me, it's more fun.
Yeah.
And so I still have a place to hunt here. I just got done doing some work on it for my friend that lets me hunt out there. But, just to have a place I can just shoot off to whenever I want to. Right now, I don't have one. So it's going to be Illinois Public for me, probably in October.
We already talked about this, but what was the major influence on getting out of the hunt club?
Well, and I'll tell everybody this too. So I'm really hard-headed, and I got competitive with a guy that I really kind of butted heads with up there because he's kind of competitive too. And, I was like, I'll show him, because we kind of hit it off or kind of rubbed each other the wrong way when we started. And that's not the reason you want to hunt, but that's really not the reason I got out. I ended up staying in probably a couple years too long because I got to where I was trying to chase something that wasn't there, to kill, like, who was it? I heard somebody, I want to say it was one of the Primos guys on a video in a country voice say, to kill big bucks, you got to have big bucks.
Yeah.
And so, it was an old Primos video. I want to say it might have been Ron Jolly when he was with Primos. So that was like in the late 80s, you know. And it's the truth. You can't kill something that's not there. And what happened is like 3 years ago, there was a really, really good population of good 3-year-old deer. And there always is a lot of 3-year-olds that I get pictures of that never get harvested on the club. But when they hit 4, they never show back up. And I think that's due to the pressure. I think that 4 is just a totally different animal than a 3.5-year-old. And I think when they hit that 4.5-year-old age, they just leave because
they get tired of it.
Yeah, if they don't like what's going on, they're gone. There's no amount of does, there's no amount of food that's going to make them stay if they're getting constant pressure from human intrusion all the time. So that was the first thing that I started seeing more of, because the club didn't used to have as many people that hunted on it. And then the type of people that were coming into the club they were just more aggressive than before. And just, I mean,
in what way? What do you mean aggressive? Like their attitude,
riding their side by sides a lot, looking a whole lot. You know, they were new, so they were trying to figure the club out. So they're kind of going everywhere, walking around. And with that, you know, we had a lot of established members. They went to their stand. They hunted those same stands every day. They never deviated. They didn't go look anywhere else. They just went to those stands. Well, when you get, you know, 15 new members in, and they're all guys in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, and they're ate up with hunting, well, those guys are going to go and tromp through the woods. So they're doing it all season, trying to find that buck, trying to get. They're not doing it when they get in the club in February, you know, because you can't, because it's flooded usually. They're not doing it in the middle of the summer when it's hot. They do it when it's during season. So all that scent, all that pressure, all that bumping deer just pushes those mature bucks that I watched the year before. Like, very few of them do I ever see again. And it makes no sense. And then they just started shooting everything. You know, I mean, we're talking, if it had 8 points and it was a 100-inch deer, they were shooting them. And they killed like 30 something year before last. And I have 2,600 acres. And this year there were no deer to chase. There was one deer that I kind of chased. I really spent more time at John's.
Mm-hmm.
And I hunted that deer 4 or 5 times and kind of kept an eye on him on cameras, and he got killed. But, you know, that was the only deer there. There was nothing. And I run a lot of cameras. There was nothing on camera that I would even was even interested in. The one that I was kind of like, well, I may stay in one more year if this deer makes it, got killed. Somebody across the river killed him. So I just looked at it and I was like, as I know right now, there's nothing big I want to kill. I hadn't been happy hunting in the club for a long time because of the type of members we got. And the caliber of deer that I want to shoot are not there. And if they are there, they leave once the pressure goes on. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere where there's more deer, the caliber of what I'm trying to kill, and put more time in there. So that's why I was like, I'm just going to do Illinois Public in October and 1st of November more than I hunt around here, because, you know, it gets right up there sooner than it does here. So I can actually kind of follow the rut down instead of, you know, just kind of trying to hunt our rut and their rut, you know. And I've hunted Illinois for 3 years now, and this will be my 4th. I'm kind of getting it figured out. The first year we hunted, I had opportunities at a couple of really nice bucks. The second year, the weather was horrible and the deer just didn't move the week that I had to go up there. And then last year I hit it too late and ended up getting there when the deer were locked down. So it was really hard to get on a deer then too. So this year I'm going to do it totally different. I'm going to actually spend more time up there in October when there's not a lot of people hunting that, because I mean, November 1st comes and everybody's all over that WMA from out of town. But like the last week of October, I had a lot of good bucks on camera the last week of October. So I'm going to try to make a point to get up there that week and hunt. And then, you know, maybe if we get drawn for Kansas, try to work something out where I can go to Kansas with y'all. You know, I'm going to Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm going up there next weekend.
Going to Missouri.
Yeah, I'm going to scout next weekend, a new place, a new spot, and just see if there's
what turkeys
there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Maddie and the kids ought to drive over there and camp with you guys.
Yeah, we're going Thursday night. Let me see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and drive back Monday. And we might go to Illinois, and I might grab my cameras in Illinois We might do that Thursday. Go to Illinois, grab my cameras, then drive over to Missouri to look around in some national forest over there. But with public too, like you got so much land that you can just go and just get lost in it and get way away from people, especially like in southern Missouri for turkeys. I mean, if you go over 2 ridges, you ain't gonna see nobody because most hunters are not going to go 2 ridges deep. I mean, because these ridges are 900, 1,000 foot, and they they go anywhere from 600 foot up, so it's 300 foot up, and then you got to go, and it's not, there's rocks, and it's not a ridge like down here. I mean, these are small mountains, I guess is what you say. I don't know.
It's somewhere over here.
Yeah. So I mean, if a lot of people, I think, they look to hear turkeys, and like last year, I went in there and I walked into this beautiful field. I mean, you could see there was 2 big ridges all around me and one in front of me, and then a creek, a river that went by. And, you would think I could sit there and hear everything gobbling anywhere. I didn't hear anything. So I had to go. I went up a ridge and over to the other side, and then I finally started hearing birds. So I think a lot of hunters would go to that first spot and stand and go, we should be hearing birds here. And then, you kind of got to press into some places. So, I'll have a license and everything, so I'll be filming and hunting. I don't think there's anything law against just filming your own hunt. Not like Mississippi. Mississippi's weird.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you got a ticket for that. It's pretty crappy.
Yeah. I figured we talk about that tonight a little bit.
I bet you that changes next year.
You think?
Oh, they brought so much money into Mississippi, and they do so much for the Department of Wildlife down there. I guarantee you. I can't believe they wrote him a ticket, first off, because they've kind of partnered with some states,
I put a video up about it on the channel and told my story about when I got a warning for something. And people were commenting that this one guy commented that his dad got a ticket for helping his buddy drag a deer out, and he didn't have a deer hunting license. And, they gave him a ticket for participating in the hunt without a hunting license.
It's not really the hunt. That's just
that's what I think. I don't recall
what I would do. I would have pulled my pants down and wiped my rear end with that ticket and thrown it back at the game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's just, I mean, look, I'm a police officer, and that's petty as hell. You don't have to do that to people, ruin their experience. They're helping their friend. I mean, they have some decency. But that's somebody that's just like, I got to get a ticket, and they're looking at like the ticket and their own selfish needs rather than like what's really going on. You could warn them. I would have probably just told the guy, hey, look, you have to have a license even if you drag a deer out. So I'm just going to tell you that. But I'm not writing you a ticket because it's all up to there. They don't have to write these tickets that they write.
Right. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the rule. The rule in Indiana is it's probably written in Indiana to where they could give you a ticket for doing that. But it's like if you're participating in the hunt, you're supposed to have a hunting license. Because I had
consider participation though. I mean, if I
call, that's the problem with it is you got to define that.
Yeah. You have to look at the legislation on it and find out what is defined as hunting. If it's videoing, that's not hunting. You're just there taking a video of the guy. You're kind of not even a player in the thing.
Yeah. A few weekends ago, a bunch of the guys from Wisconsin, Michigan were down here scouting for deer, and Dave from Razor Broadheads, he has those thermal rifle, thermal scope or whatever for coyote hunting, and he's pretty good at it. And we were thinking about going at night, coyote hunting on some private land I can hunt, take care of some coyotes. And we were just going to go as a group. There's like 5 of us, and they're all non-residents, and I talked to my game warden buddy, and I'm like, if I just shoot the gun and call and everything, can they just watch, like stand behind me and watch? And because a lot of them hadn't used thermal stuff before, so they wanted to see how it worked. And he's like, no, they all have to have a license
to watch you hunt.
Yeah, for coyotes on private land.
Yeah, that's just game wardens, man.
He said, yeah, if you get stopped, he said there's a chance that they could write everybody a ticket for hunting without a license.
Yeah. What county are you in, Veteran Outdoors? Are you in Texas County, or I think Texas had a really good harvest. I hunt Texas County some.
Josh Blackburn asks, how's pressure in the hills in Indiana for deer. There's people around. It's not like Michigan or something like that in the rut,
Mississippi.
but there's a
Yep.
fair amount of pressure in the hills in Indiana. More so than there has been in the past.
Well, another thing, like with the turkey, talking about turkey hunting, like Mississippi, man. I mean, you have to draw to hunt as a non-resident for the first till the 31st. Like it
Mhm.
opens the 15th, and you don't get to hunt. I can't go down there until the 31st. And what's screwed up is that's on government land. I can't even hunt national forest down there, which I pay for through tax
Right.
dollars. Like we all pay for it, but they've made it where you can't go down there. And Mississippi gets absolutely destroyed by out-of-state hunters now.
Mm-hmm.
They're also raising the fees on out-of-state hunters here in Tennessee. It
Oh,
went
really?
up to $5.45 now to hunt everything. That's turkeys, deer, everything.
Dang, man. It was 3 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they went up. Which, sorry, Josh, but it's probably a good thing because we're pretty
Yeah,
low.
it's fine.
I mean,
It's still
370.
worth it.
I think it was like 370, and that's kind of low for all you get to hunt here. Because you can hunt. We have
Get
great
$2.
turkey hunting. We have great deer hunting. You can
2
hunt
turkeys.
shoot a lot of deer here.
Mm-hmm.
You really Tennessee's a really good license. It's a bargain, really, to be honest with you, for people to hunt. But Mississippi, man, they're right around $500, and they just went and state passed a thing where you have to buy a turkey stamp now to hunt down there, and that's $100 for a non-resident. So it's like, man, they get you coming and going, man. And so
Yeah.
part of me's okay with it, and then
Yeah,
part
me
of me's
too.
like, I don't like giving the government my money
I know.
to
But
go.
listen, man, that's like we all complain about too many hunters in the woods, and like this is a solution that the state is going to use because they still want a bunch of hunters because it's more money for them. So if we want less hunters, they're gonna
Yeah,
get their money one way or the next. They got budgets, they got to balance and all that.
yeah.
Um,
Well, a lot of states too with the turkeys, they're starting to, and Nebraska did it last year with the deer. They're starting to limit the amount of permits they give out for non-residents.
yeah,
You know,
Nebraska, yeah, Nebraska did that. Was that 2 years ago? I guess wasn't it?
yeah, I'd be okay if Illinois would do that too. I like hunting Illinois, but I would be okay if Illinois made it harder for non-residents to hunt there because it is just like Southern Illinois is just swamp. It's like it literally becomes Louisiana for like a week.
Yeah,
And I'm okay with, I mean, everybody should be able to hunt wherever, but man, you got to protect the game. And what's happened is, so a guy in Louisiana comes up there, the biggest deer, a lot of those guys in real South Louisiana sees, they're not huge deer, right? The 130-inch deer is a giant to those guys. Well, then they come to Illinois. Well, a 2-year-old could be 130 inches and weigh 250 pounds in Illinois, So they see those deer and they lose their crap, and they've been shooting the heck out of those young ones. And I've talked to hunters who've been hunting Southern Illinois there for a long time, since before they made crossbows legal, which added a whole nother element of hunters that are now able to enter the woods. And they're saying that like the quality is way down. They still have deer, but the quality of the deer is just going down big time.
interesting. Yeah, Illinois has kind of been on a decline.
Yeah,
Wow.
Southern. Well, it gets hammered, and I think that's why Kansas is so good, because Kansas it doesn't get hammered like that, because they have such a good draw system, and I think also like Kentucky's good because you only can kill one buck. Illinois you can kill two.
Yeah.
So if those guys draw a gun tag and they draw an archery tag, they're killing 2 deer. And a lot of those guys are shooting deer and not tagging them too, or shooting deer and that are not that on some of these WMAs that don't meet the standards. So, but yeah, I mean, Southern Illinois, yeah. Yeah, he says way down from 10. I think the population is down in a lot of places, though. It's strange. I don't know if you think so.
It seems like we've had in the last 10 or 15 years, EHD has been a big problem across the Midwest. I mean, that's kind of when you start hearing about it real heavily.
It makes sense because the climate's kind of changing. It's been hotter later, I mean, and I'm not liberal, but I do believe that it's kind of like, I mean, do you remember when you were a kid, like January was just ice cold?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
My grandma, she's 90. whatever, 94, 96, can't remember. But yeah, she talks about that all the time, how much weather has changed in her lifetime.
Yeah, it used to be. I remember we used to have a special doe hunt, and my dad and I would hunt it every year. And it was after the season closed. So the season usually closed like the 3rd or 4th of January, or the first weekend in January. Then they would have a doe hunt the next weekend, and we'd
Hmm.
always get permits for that hunt. This is back in the 90s, and I remember like we used to hunt this place that had a lot of red clay soil, and when it would get wet and it would freeze, you'd have those like crystals, like the soil would freeze into like crystals, and you'd walk and it'd crunch. I remember it's like that every single year. I can't remember the last time we had that kind of just solid cold January in my life. It seems like the everything is going, everything's hotter. The ducks don't come down south like they used to, you know. So I think definitely it might be EHD, and then we've got CWD. So
Yeah.
they say that's killing everything.
Yeah. What all did you do at John's property today?
I dissed around a field we're gonna burn. It's getting late because everything's green.
You guys
It's
been
already
burning
green
the
out.
crap out of stuff down there.
Yeah. He's gonna burn a lot
Yeah.
tomorrow. And then I just put some cameras out, and that was it, and blew a lane down through the woods with a blower to give a fire break. So he'll be in there burning everything down tomorrow.
Mm.
So he's burning all that stuff by the behind the barn to the right, above the
Yep.
bottom. He's burning that whole ridge all the way down to the property line.
Dang, man.
Yeah, and we burned everything else on the other side. So all that behind the barn is burned.
You think there'll be turkeys everywhere in there?
There's already there were turkeys everywhere the next day.
Jeez.
Yeah, he sent me a picture today of about 20.
Even if we don't hunt over there, I want to go just see it to see what it looks like.
We'll hunt over there, I'm sure. And then I'm probably gonna. There's this guy that his sister works with my wife, and he's got 700 acres. And he told me I could just give him $700 and he'd let me hunt out there. Or he told my wife that. I haven't called him yet. She's like, "Are you scared to call him?" I'm like, man, it's weird just calling somebody up going, "Hey, can I hunt your?" It's for me. It is. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm probably just gonna send him a text and be like, "Hey, when's a good time to call you? I like to talk about your land." And I'll probably just give him the money to where I have another place to hunt.
700 acres is a lot for. I mean, I know you said there's other people hunting there, but there's probably not 30 other people hunting there.
Yeah, and I don't mind people hunting turkeys on set as long as it's not like a ton. If there's 2 or 3 guys that hunt that land for turkeys, I mean, I hunt a lot during the week, mornings, whenever, and
Yeah.
I'm not worried about other people hunting turkeys. I can work around that. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's what my, the farmer I hunt on down here, it's a pretty good chunk of land I can turkey hunt. There's not a lot of woods on it, but there's a lot of turkeys. And a guy called him, is a buddy that I grew up with, called him, and he didn't know I hunted down there. And he's like, um, hey, so and so, he wants to hunt down there. I just didn't know, I don't want him to step on your toes for turkey hunting. I'm like, oh, dude, we can only kill one in Indiana. I'm like, let him go turkey hunt. Like, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean, we only killed 2 here, so
Yeah,
people are selfish. I guess they get scared, like, oh God, if he kills 2, he's killed my turkeys. No, man, they reproduce like rats,
yeah.
man.
And they're gonna. I mean, honestly, they're gonna die anyway. Like most of them die. Like,
Yeah,
they're not real hardy animals,
no, no, they don't. Yeah, I mean, they can make it for a while, but
Yeah,
probably 4 or 5. I'd say it's an old bird.
but you know,
Yeah,
one more
one
turkey you're killing with a shotgun isn't gonna affect the.
Have you been seeing a bunch?
Yeah, they're around.
You better have me one spotted.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit, but I'm gonna go put some cameras out and stuff to kind of keep them tied down.
Yeah.
Keep track of them. I got another buddy coming down, probably opening weekend. I don't know yet. He wants to kill one.
Didn't he come down last year?
He's came down for years, and we've never killed one while he's down here.
Maybe I need to come up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you ought to come and give us some good luck because we try real hard, but we're just not good turkey hunters like you guys are down there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hunting them for 31 years.
He's had a miss. I mean, we've had 2 close calls. We've probably been doing this for before Huck was born. So
Yeah.
and we've had it. He only comes for a weekend, so it's really like Friday night, Saturday, and then we're done. So we've had some bad weather and just stuff like that happen, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty good time. I mean, I look forward to it every year, to be honest with you. He's a high school buddy one of my best friend from
Well,
high school.
and to me, it's just fun to get together and go hunt.
It
It's
is.
not about killing. I like the turkey hunting aspect because you get to goof off and sit there and
Yeah.
talk and
It's
whatever. And wake
he
back
probably
up.
hasn't we haven't killed one. And I'm guessing maybe 7 or 8 years we've been doing this weekend thing.
Man,
And
I'm gonna go.
we were texting the other day, and he goes, dude, I feel good about this year. I'm like, dude, you have no reason not to be completely confident in mine and your turkey hunting skills. I was joking with him, like, I don't know why he's so confident this year, but I'm
Y'all
getting
got
better at it. I'm getting
y'all
better
got
at
those
it.
y'all got those big birds.
And he's killed a couple now by himself, like up in northern Indiana. So,
Okay.
we're both getting better at turkey hunting.
So is a limit statewide just one for the whole state, or is it just
Yeah.
for where you're at? Okay.
One. And like in northern Indiana, a lot of the public land up there, you have to draw to even go turkey hunting on it. There's not as many
That's
turkeys
crazy.
up there.
I had a friend of mine go up to Indiana like 5 or 6 years ago to hunt private with his brother, and they like tagged out the first day. They was like, oh, they were just stupid, just coming in gobbling and acting crazy, like they don't get a lot of pressure. Like these southern turkeys, they get the heck hunted at them, especially Mississippi. Like Mississippi turkeys get just totally beat down. If you can kill an old Mississippi bird, you've done something for sure.
Yeah. I need to get my gun ready. I got a new red dot 4. I need to put that thing on.
Did you get that red dot from Hawke?
Mm-hmm.
They sent you one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to mess with that.
Did you see the scope they have too? They got a scope.
I saw that. I don't know if I want something like that.
It's kind of heavy.
Is it?
I would think. I had a scope on a 870 one time, and I missed 2 turkeys with it and took it off. Because what happens is there was like 1.5 power, so you have a little bit
I
of
don't want any magnification.
Yeah, you have magnification. So when you put it up on him, you're looking through, and I was shooting turkeys for 40 that were 55 and 60. And it was hard. So, yeah, they're talking. Oh yeah, that was crazy. I saw that video too yesterday. All those people pulling up to the gate in Florida, man. It was like 20 cars. It looked like at least.
Oh, people turkey hunting.
Yeah, they were like the first or second one there, and then there was just like car. But I mean, go figure. Everybody wants to kill an Osceola, and they're only in South Florida, so very condensed. I'm surprised there's any turkeys left down there. The way that they ought to do a draw for that. To be honest with you, they don't draw though.
Yeah, is there plenty of them down there?
Evidently, people go down there and kill them. There's a lot of private land, and like in Florida too, you can feed everything. So you can feed turkeys, you can feed deer. Pretty sure you can feed turkeys. I know you can feed deer. So it's almost like South Texas, kind of. It's hot, and they're on ranches. Like they have ranches in Florida, and they have orange groves. So like those guys that have the big orange groves and stuff, they a lot of times will run turkey hunts off of them. I'd like to kill one just because they got those real dark black wings and they got long spurs, and just to get another subspecies. I would
go down there and do that too. That'd be fun. I would like to go down just for the experience hunting, that kind of terrain and this different, something different.
Yeah. The alligators and snakes make me a little nervous, but other than that, I think I'd be all right. And
alligators don't really bother me. The snakes, I don't really like them too much.
And bears. They got bears down there, dude. Like, I thought about going hunting with my father-in-law's next week in the Panhandle. He's got a lot of public around him, and there's birds there. But I think I might hunt Mississippi some next week, or maybe hunt Mississippi. I don't know. I'm a little mad at them for what they're doing with these licenses, so I'm boycotting Mississippi. And I've been putting in for 4 years to get drawn for the public land hunt. I've got a friend that's been drawn 3 years in a row. I can't get drawn for it, so I'm kind of irritated with Mississippi right now. I just want a place to hunt, because I don't see sense in spending $400 for a license that I can't use for the first 2 weeks of season.
Yeah, I get that.
So I only get 4 weeks to hunt for that money, and I don't deer hunt down there, so it doesn't really do me any good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might deer hunt down there this year. Jonathan went down to Yazoo. Was it like a wildlife management area down there in the Delta? It's inside the levee. And he said it was on. Like he went after or right before Christmas. And he said it was nuts down there. The deer were, that's their first rut.
Yeah.
is like close to January. And he said the deer were just going wild. He saw like 30 bucks or something in one day, and
Jeez.
had a good one he saw across the road, probably 150s. He had a little bit of video of it. So
Gosh,
yes,
man. There's definitely more opportunities than time anymore
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, at least.
especially for us now.
That's all right. We'll draw Kansas. That'll be an awesome hunt.
Yeah, when do we put in for that? Is it next
I don't
month?
know.
I think it's April or May, because
Yeah.
I was April or May. One's right after the other, because I got put in for another Iowa point.
We need to get on a Marco with Dave and talk to him about it.
Yeah, yeah, figure out what we're going to do, because I want to be sure and put in with y'all. That way I get drawn, and I got to make sure I have the time too this year
I
to
know.
go.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
better check that before you burn your points.
yeah, because I don't want to burn my points. If I can get 4 good days of hunting, I'll be happy. You know, yeah, if I can get 4 days, I'll be all right with it. But Brandy wants to take a vacation too, so
Yeah, same. We're
I
gonna.
got to.
We
I got
already
to do
booked it.
that first. Yeah, I got to do that first, is go on vacation with her. But I'm reading the comments.
You ever have wild dog issues down there?
Oh, they're everywhere. Yes,
Really?
yeah, I've had wild dogs. People are bad in the South about just dropping dogs off they don't want, or when they breed a bunch of puppies, they just throw them off the side of the road, and then they just kind of pack up with other dogs, and then they just, you'll have them running through the woods, or a lot of the times adjacent landowners just let their dogs go wherever.
Yeah.
And you'll be deer hunting, and all of a sudden you'll see their dogs, and they got collars, so you don't want to shoot them. I won't shoot a dog. Like, he could ruin my hunt.
Yeah.
I could have
I'm in
a
that boat
record deer in front of me, and a dog could run him off, and I would not do anything to it. I'd be mad. I'd probably go to the landowner and be like, dude,
What the heck?
I'm taking your dog to the pound in Arkansas this week, and if you do it again, he'll be in Missouri the next week, and I'll just keep driving him further and further and further and dropping him off.
Josh Bomar method.
That's the smartest thing I've heard come out of his mouth. It literally is. I'm not saying, no, he's a smart guy. I mean, I'm not knocking Josh Bowman. I'm not a hater, man. Do you? But that's the smartest thing I've ever heard to take care of a problem, is to take their dog to the pound in adjacent county, and they just keep moving counties over. Because you think about it, you spend time and money to go hunt, and you drive to these hunting spots, and you spend your time waking up and stuff to go hunt, and then some guy doesn't put his dogs up, and it ruins your hunt. Like, well, I'm going to inconvenience you for about the same amount of time you've inconvenienced me for. I think that's probably the best way to do it, where you're not killing the guy's animal, you're not cussing him out, you're not being a total jerk. You're just trying to say, hey, dude, please
Trying to
put
get your point across nicely.
Yeah, first time I'd probably just tell him, hey, can you keep your dogs up? They ruin my hunt. And if he gets smart, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Next time, Arkansas. Next time, Mississippi, maybe Louisiana, maybe South Florida. We'll see.
Depends where I'm turkey hunting at.
Huh? Yeah.
Depends where I'm turkey hunting at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have been, knock on wood. I had some dogs run a hunt this year, but it doesn't happen very often around here. There's not a lot of wild dogs running around.
Yeah, we have them. I get them on my cameras a few times at John's.
Really?
He's got folks. A lot of people out here have rabbit dogs too, and they have and they let them loose. So sometimes they'll run loose or squirrel dogs. Yeah, and they'll just come and just start running. They're just out doing their thing. They don't know where the property lines are, and then next thing you know, they're running through your spot.
Yeah, a lot of times dogs will run a deer and get carried away with it and run it for a mile, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, where am I at?
Yeah, they get tired.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I ain't catching this deer.
No.
He's got a lot more wind than I do, and he's a lot faster.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
That's the plan. Hopefully, we can make a turkey video.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. This new little channel too has got me like, I don't know, just it's fun to restart.
What are you going to put on it?
Just my hunts and like proper videos, not just everything on this channel. Just be like this kind of stuff, like sit down and talk to the camera and stuff, and then the other channel will be out hunting or
just Josh Talkers, or like Josh Talker hunting.
Just Josh Talker.
I think you need to change that to Josh Talker hunting.
You think?
Yeah. What's everybody else think? I think so. That way they'll find you and they'll know what they'll know what it's about.
I don't know. It seems like everybody that has big channels is just their name. Kirk Price, Clay Hayes.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Shane
a lot
Gibson.
of people know you now.
Yeah.
They'll tune in to watch you do your thing.
I mean, it didn't. If you take a look at the channel, it's you can clearly see it's about hunting, and so.
Yeah.
First video was a fishing video. I went fishing last night and did a video about it. But
Did y'all catch any fish?
yeah, I caught us some crappie.
Okay. Did y'all cook them?
No, mm-mm.
What'd y'all do with them?
Threw them back.
You don't throw crappie back, Josh.
Well, I was by myself, and like it was. I just
You
wouldn't
and
have.
your
I
boat?
wouldn't have time to mess with them because we got to go somewhere tomorrow. We got to go out of town tomorrow for a day. And yeah, I just was out there. My new boat. I just wanted to go out and run it and make sure everything was tight on it.
Yeah. How's that boat?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I enjoy having a boat.
What'd you end up paying for it?
16.
That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
100?
No, 16,000.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Man, you went all out.
Huh?
You went all out, man. I didn't know you were
it's a 2019 tracker TRX 175, whatever. It's like a bass boat.
Is it aluminum with a deck and everything?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. What kind of motor does it have on it?
It's a 60 horse Mercury.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. You could duck hunt out of that thing too.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's bright red, but
Clear a few. No,
I don't duck hunt, and I don't have any interest in getting involved in duck hunting. So
yeah, I don't. It's stupid.
yeah,
It's stupid. It's a lot of money. You'll never kill any ducks unless you have $1 million hunt club. And yeah, it's dumb.
yeah.
I tried it. It's dumb. It's a
For
lot of
me,
fun, but it's just dumb.
I was Facebook Marketplace in a bunch of like cheap boats, like just under 5,000 for a bass boat and stuff. And man, I've owned so many piece of junk boats in my life now.
You just went and got you a good one.
Where you go to the lake and the motor freaking doesn't start, or this breaks or that breaks, and then you end up spending another $5,000 on it anyway trying to fix it.
Ruined your trip.
And then you got a hassle, and your wife's mad because you went to the lake to spend the day at the lake, and now you're fixing a motor all of a sudden.
You know what we need to do? We need to do a Bible study on like not spending money on looking at stuff, because like my wife and I, we've got everything paid off now. We'll have everything paid off this week. Like I sold a mower, I'm selling equipment, like all our bills will be paid off. Cars paid off. All we'll have is a house note. And I feel anxious because I'm like, what are we going to do with all this extra money? I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll go buy a new truck. But then I go, man,
why?
I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I like a different color. I like a different like package, interior package, but
stuff that don't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, my truck, I've got a diesel. It's a 2018 F250 diesel. It's deleted. So, I mean, that thing it runs great. Never had an issue. I mean, I got 180,000 miles on it. So, like, we want to put a flatbed on it and a camper on a flatbed so we have more room in it and go camp.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, do I put a flatbed on that? Now I've got the truck platform, and then I called today and checked on flatbeds and a camper. And man, I almost blew me away what those cost, for the one that we want. And I was like, golly, man, you're talking $60,000 minimum to get into a truck bed camper,
Yeah.
But we don't do anything, we don't have any bills. So it's kind of like, okay, well, we could do something we enjoy, and we want to go out west more, like, and to take that, and just, sleep out under the stars, rather than. But then I got my truck bed camper that I got there. It's just kind of tight, for two people to really be comfortable in for a long trip. Decisions, man. So now that's like racking my brain. And then, last week I was looking at Teslas. It's like, I had a customer that bought a Tesla and they're like, we don't pay for gas anymore. And they're like 0% interest, and, they're not super expensive anymore. And they're charging.
You're going to get a car?
No, I was thinking about it just for a little run around the town, and that because my truck's always hooked up to my equipment, or I have a camper in the back of it, right? So I was like, well, what could I get just to go run around? I was like, well, Tesla's pretty good. I can support old Elon Musk, and his company, since everybody's trying to fireball his stuff, but I don't know, man. I go all over the place when you know,
Yeah,
I
I get
told
it.
somebody the other day I was happier and didn't think about this stuff in my 20s when I was broke.
Yeah.
Now I've got a wife and, financially stable, and it's like, I can't find the peace I once had. I don't know what the deal is. It's crazy, I like, I just
Yeah, no, I struggle with the same
feel,
thing. I mean, a lot of us do.
yeah.
A lot of wants in the world. The boat thing is, I mean, Maddie really likes going out in the lake. Um, that boat, and I was going to get a John boat, but man, alive. Then I got to like worrying about the boys on the boat, and
So yours has a console and,
yeah,
oh yeah, you got a nice boat.
yeah. It's an 18-foot bass boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that'll be fun because you can take the kids, got carpet in it, right?
It has like a nylon padding stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So it's got like that.
I don't know what it's called exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like foam padding.
Yeah, what do they call that? Like C Deck is one company that makes it.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
There's a lot of different companies, but it's that,
Mhm.
yeah, so they can walk around on it barefooted and not have
Oh
to
yeah,
worry
yeah, yeah.
about feet up
You
and
can it
stuff.
just doesn't get as dirty. You can clean it and stuff.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. They have a lot of different kinds that they make for that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's more comfortable. You know,
Mhm.
Brandy said one time she wanted to start fishing. I just don't do it, you
Oh, I
know.
love it. I love fishing.
Yeah, my friend Shane goes. I always felt like it's what old men do when they're done hunting, because all my
Yeah.
friends that have hunted like crazy, they get to be in their 50s and they're like, I don't even want to hunt anymore. I just want to go fish. It's
Well,
peaceful.
you're getting close.
I am. And I'm getting there too with my hunting. Man. It's weird. Like I don't have that get up and I don't have that drive that I used to have several years ago to just get up early and go after them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
I yeah. I was like I said, I was all over Facebook Marketplace, like searching around for a cheap one that I could just.
mhm.
And I'm like every one of them. You go be like the pros and cons. You know how people do that on Facebook
Yeah,
Marketplace. Pros, whatever.
yeah.
Well, no leaks. Well, and then the cons would be like doesn't start great or whatever. I'm just like
Engine may or may not start.
cold blooded. That's a good one. That
Uh-huh.
people like. Okay,
Yeah.
what does that mean? You know.
Where'd you go get it? Did you get it at Bass Pro Shops?
No, so my buddy owns a RV and boat dealership.
So he carries tracker.
No, he just found me a good used one.
Oh, nice.
He got me a pretty good deal. I mean, I could sell it today and make money on it.
Nice. Yeah, one of my partner at work, he just bought a boat. I forget what he bought. Paid $2,300 for it. It's got a 60 mark, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like he showed it to me, it had leaves and stuff in it,
Hmm.
and it like was dirty when he bought it, and all he did was pressure wash it, and it looks like a brand new boat. He's had people offer him $8,500, $9,500 for it.
Dang.
Yeah, so he just put live scope on it last week.
Yeah.
You know, he was looking at that, so he's getting into the fishing stuff, and he's old. He's 57, and he got to where he started liking fishing. He's like, man, all I want to do is fish. So
Yeah. It's
same
fun.
thing. Yeah,
Huck loves it too. Like I went out last night and I wanted him to go, but his cousin was here, or his cousin Jack was over at my mom's house. So he's like, I want to go play with Jack. I'm like, well, can't go fishing then. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to go play with Jack. And so I went fishing and I caught some and I got home and he's like, did you catch any? I'm like, yeah, I caught one real nice crappie, a big wig
mhm.
one. And he's like, he's like, yes. And he said, where's it at? I said, I didn't keep him, buddy. And then he got mad and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going next. I'm
He's
going
thinking the
next.
same. Yeah, he's thinking the same thing. What are you doing throwing crappie back?
Yeah. Well, I got to thinking about what I was doing today, and yeah, when you have kids at home and stuff, like we were planning on doing a show last night too.
Yeah, that's true. And you
And
had a
so when I
headache
got home, I
last
was like,
night.
I gotta do that show, and then it's gonna be 10 o'clock or 10:30, and then and then Maddie's she's gonna be done with the boys, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
just won't keep them. I'll just be out here. Cause the only reason I really went because I wanted to run my motor. I hadn't run my motor yet. I've
yeah,
had the thing for a dang month just to make sure everything was good. And I put some new fish finders and stuff on it too. I wanted to play with, and uh, anyway,
you
so
hadn't bought live scope yet.
yeah, I
You
active
did?
target. Yeah, it had it on it.
Nice, man. Golly, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve to using it, from what I've heard.
Yeah. I messed around with it a lot last night. It's pretty useful. I mean, I can see why people that are really into fishing and like really purists don't like it, like the bass tournament anglers and stuff. Maybe
100%. It's like takes the skill out of it a lot.
For me, as a guy that hasn't fished much, like in the last 10 years, it's going to be helpful for me to learn like how the fish, like how they use things and whatnot.
Well,
Like
and another
I literally would find brush piles and then I could see fish around it, and I'd be like, okay, it's 10 feet of water, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd just quit looking at it. Like I don't know. I wasn't like sitting there looking at, I had no desire to like just look at the screen and like look at my bait or anything
yeah.
like that.
But too, for a guy that doesn't get to fish a whole lot, it's probably a really good tool. If you only have weekends and you want to make the most out of your weekend, I mean, who cares if you're catching fish? It's like the whole deer, everybody wants to critique how people deer hunt. I mean, it's just about getting out there and enjoying what God gave us, So,
Yeah.
I try not to critique the way deer hunt. I mean, if you want to hunt over bait, good for you. If you want to hunt a food plot, good for you. If you want to be a purist and hunt with a recurve, good for you. If you want to hunt with a crossbow, I mean,
Yeah.
go right ahead. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
As long as it gets you out there, I would like them, the crossbow thing, though. I would like to see them do something with a season on crossbow, because I think it puts a lot of pressure on deer very early for people to crossbow hunt. But am I just being selfish with that too? Because, I don't crossbow hunt because I choose not to, because I like the challenge behind hunting with a vertical bow or whatever. But,
Right.
I
don't know. I could see the live scope stuff going away for tournaments and stuff. Like I could see them not
I can't believe they let them use it right now in tournaments.
Yeah.
Because I remember
I mean, it's expensive, but not really. I mean, a guy can afford it if you really want it.
They're about $3,000, aren't they? 2,000, $3,000.
No,
really?
No. I bought my stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, yeah, because people upgrade their stuff.
Oh yeah, well, there's several models now. Like it's been out long enough, so you can.
Oh,
and bass fishermen are worse than anybody with upgrading equipment.
Oh yeah,
like they got
you know how much money bass fishermen spend that try to tournament fish on baits? I mean, they spend thousands of dollars, because baits are expensive, man. Like crankbaits are, I don't know, man. They used to be like $4, $3 in 1998. They're probably like $10 a bait now.
Depends on what you buy. Yeah,
just a decent, like a Strike King crankbait. They used to be $3, $4. Now they're probably 10.
I know,
and then go all the way up depending on who makes them.
Yeah. Bass Pro had some bayonets on sale for like $6.99.
Yeah. I mean, but that's double what they used to be.
Oh yeah.
From back in the day when I used to work in sporting goods, and like there's certain companies too. Like I got friends and they buy these $100 baits, that are like one bait's 100, and they're top water baits. So you're not, or they're a swim bait. But dude, some of the stuff is like, I don't even have enough room to do it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like he'll throw like 2-foot long baits.
Yeah.
Because all you're going to catch with that bait is a 5-pounder or better. And he does it. Like he's catching big giant fish on those baits.
I refuse. I would never. I mean, I'm not a real, I used to fish bass tournaments and stuff, and I make, like, if a buddy wants to go to one or something here and there, but I don't care. Like there's no bait worth $200 to me.
They call it that. The guy, there's a guy that John works for. We need to go try to fish his pond. Let me see. He caught these big ones a few weeks ago out of his pond. He built his pond maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And he started. This one's 7 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
And they're Florida strain. And then this one here was 6 pounds, 19 ounces. Caught the same day. So
6 pound, 19 ounces.
I mean, that's what, hold on.
How many ounces are in a pound?
No, it says 6.19 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So it must be, my hair, there it is.
Yeah.
16 ounces is in a pound, right? Is it 16 ounces? Somebody help. James.
Here. 16, yeah. 16.
Yeah, so I don't know what that 6.19.
You could also say 7 pounds, 3 ounces or whatever.
Maybe it does it like yeah, 16 ounces a pound. You know what, man? I'm looking at this thing. Maybe it does it up to like 100 before it changes over or something. Because like there's 7.01 was the other one.
Huh.
So
Yeah,
maybe
that's
it's like
they're
micro.
decimal. They're doing fractions. They're not
Like
doing.
yeah, it must be really small to get you the exact number.
Oh yeah. That makes that's what it is.
Yeah, I can tell you how many grams are in an ounce because of the police job. I can tell you what a half an ounce is. You know, I actually looked at that today.
At least in white powder, you can tell us what that looks like.
Yeah, those are measured in grams. But yeah, so that maybe we can go fish that pond if we can.
That'd be fun.
Throw them back. But yeah, it's got some big fish. I mean, you can catch 25 or 30 in a day, and they're all nice.
Dang.
And in the summer, he'll open the wells up, and those fish you just throw right by the well, and it's just one after another, after another, after another.
I'd definitely go do that. Bring fishing poles down.
Yeah,
it's just a pond though, right? You just bank fish.
Yeah, just bank fish. That's it. I went over there. The guy that he does work for, he's got that pond, but he just bought another house. Like he's buying all this land. He's got like 6,000 or 7,000 acres now that he's bought.
Jeez.
And yeah, but you know what? I heard he did a good thing. He actually bought a piece of land from these older people that can't take care of it anymore. And it's like 100 acres, and they didn't have the money. We got to sell. He says, well, look, as long as you're alive, you can live in your house on this land. You don't owe me anything. He's like, I'm buying the land and your house, but you just stay in your house. You don't have to move.
There you go.
And then when you die, I'll take everything else. Everything's mine when you die, but you can live here the rest of your lives because they're elderly. But yeah, he's buying a lot of stuff. He bought a really cool house today, had an airstrip and an airplane hangar on it. I went over there and looked at it. Yeah, it's not far from my house. 0.19. So that's 3 ounces. So that fish was
6 pounds, 3 ounces.
3 ounces. Okay. I would think it would say 6 pounds, 3 ounces, but I guess it's just being really technical or breaking it down.
It's just the scale reads.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I need to. My pond back here used to have some big fish in it. But I got to kill all that grass that's grown in it and those weeds.
Yeah.
They're starting to grow up now. I got to go back there with Roundup or Aqua Roundup and spray it and try to get it killed back. My neighbor did it over on his side of the pond, and he doesn't have anything coming back this year. Went out there and killed it 2 or 3 times last year. He just waited out and took his sprayer and just sprayed all of it. You'd see it die, but he had this little bitty thing of it about 10 foot from his bank. None of it's coming back this year. So yeah, because you can't fish my lake anymore.
Yep. You ready to get off here? I smell dinner ready.
Yeah, if you're ready to eat, go for it. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. We don't see each other now that I'm a policeman.
Yep.
That much. So
all right. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it.
We'll try to get Bible study back up again. We've been slacking on that.
Yeah, I'm going camping this next weekend, but I probably have some time when I'm camping. We might get on Sunday and do a Bible study because I'm missing those. I'm missing.
Yeah, me too.
Those. And now that I'm off on Sundays, we can do them for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
I'm off. And then, of course, when you come in town, we'll try to do a podcast. And maybe when I come up there,
we'll do all kinds of stuff, man. I love springtime. Like I always look forward to deer season a lot, but the older I get, the more I look forward to spring. Like just a lot of
spring and fall are my 2 favorite times. I don't really like the winter, and I really don't like the summer. It's too hot.
Yeah.
But
all right, everybody. Before you guys leave, go over and subscribe to the other YouTube channel. I pinned the comment in the top there, and it's in the description. So
yeah, to Josh Talker Hunting.
Yeah, you can go watch a fishing video. I did a crappie fishing video. I went to my grandpa. My grandpa had these like little spots that he used to take me, and I just went and revisited all those spots from 20 years ago when he used to take me fishing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. James, they've been in the fields like crazy down here in the South. I don't know. What the turkeys been in the fields where you're at?
No, not yet.
Yeah. It's still a little cooler up there though, isn't it? It was 83 degrees down here today.
Yeah.
And we got buds on the tree, and this is very, very fast. Like spring is, I'd say 2 weeks ahead this year.
Yeah.
You probably don't have any foliage at all starting to come out, do you?
Not really. I mean, they're budding. There's some buds on like fruit trees and stuff, but
are your Bradford pears, are they white yet? Do you have any of those up there?
I haven't seen any white ones yet.
Ours are already bloomed out. Now they're full foliage.
Wow.
They're one of the first trees to do it. Those and cherry trees.
Yeah.
So,
All right, everybody. Have a
all
good
right.
night. See you.
See y'all later.